Well, Hanukkah begins this weekend, and it's an 8-day celebration that has a rich history. We have Rabbi Mendel Greisman is here to educate us and let us know all about this sacred celebration. Welcome back,
Yes.
Rabbi. Always good to see you.
Yes.
Same here. Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely.
Yes,
We
absolutely.
appreciate you.
Let's start with, when does Hanukkah begin?
So Hanukkah begins this Sunday night, this
Okay.
coming Sunday night. We light the candles every evening at sunset, and it starts from Sunday through the following Sunday. We start with one candle on the first night, and we add one each night, so we light two on the second night, and so on until the following Sunday night. So it's an 8-day holiday.
8 nights.
Okay.
Yeah.
What signals Hanukkah? Because I remember last year we interviewed you, and it was like right after the Thanksgiving holiday. It's a little later this year. Can you kind of explain kind of what signals Hanukkah and how you can tell when it begins?
So Hanukkah is actually marked on the Jewish calendar. It's
Okay.
the 25th day of the month of Kislev. That's the date that happened on the Jewish calendar. The Jewish calendar varies slightly from the Gregorian calendar,
Sure.
whereas it's a lunar calendar based on 12 cycles
Okay.
of the lunar cycle, and every couple of years we'll add a 13th month to keep up the season. So Hanukkah will move from right after Thanksgiving to right about the end of the year.
And that's
Okay.
the 9th month, is that right? That it begins?
It's biblically called the 9th month, and today, the way we count this nowadays, it's the 3rd month of the
Okay.
year.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
And you always bring great demonstrations to show us. What have you brought today to show us?
So I brought a couple of different types of menorahs. We like to have them, if we can, angled, because the branches of the Holy Temple's candelabra, the menorah, were angled. And we have 8 candles. So this is a nicer one, and then we have children ones.
Okay.
This is our handout. We give these out to dozens of people throughout the area so they can light in their own home. We have these little Hanukkah kits because it's very important not just to celebrate the holiday, but to actually light the menorah in every Jewish home.
Yeah.
So we hand these out to people. We have these candles that go along with it. And that's the most important part of Hanukkah, is everyone should light the candles each night in their own home. We also play a game called dreidel.
Yes.
Not sure if you're familiar. We have over here the decorative dreidel
Yeah.
that some people put up. But dreidel is a interesting story behind it. During the times that the Greek invasion of Israel, about 2,200 years ago, there weren't a lot of studies. So the people would hide in caves, children and adults would study Torah, and they had these toys they played with, which traditionally looked like a dreidel.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
if anybody came in, they were having fun and playing games. So we play the dreidel today on Hanukkah, and it's a very popular game.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got different sizes and variations here, and
Different
obviously there's a giant one hanging out behind us as well. This is
That's
really
right.
cool. Can you talk to us about some of the foods of Hanukkah?
So Hanukkah, the foods, the traditional food is anything with oil, anything you fry in oil, because the miracle, of course, when they had enough oil for one night and it lasted for 8 nights.
Okay.
So the miracle revolved around oil. The foods revolved around oil. So we eat latkes, which are potato pancakes fried in oil, or donuts, and we also have the chocolate gelt. It's interesting to note that Hanukkah is the only holiday that we are, not the only holiday, but the primary holiday that we are commanded to bring the message out to the street.
Okay.
The celebration shouldn't be individual, it should be public. We have a public menorah lighting on the Fayetteville Square. We put menorahs in the windows, on top of cars, everywhere we can to get the message out, especially this year on the Jewish calendar. Every 7 years is called the year of Hakhel. It's a year we're supposed to gather. We invite everyone to come out. We'll have a Monday night on 5 o'clock on the square, a big menorah lighting. It's open for the public.
Yeah,
Everyone could come and
that's great.
and join, yes.
And is this something that families will celebrate every day of the Hanukkah season? Like in their homes, will they
Correct.
celebrate it?
Okay.
Yeah.
People at their homes will light the candles every evening at sunset or just before sunset on Friday. And we light the candles. People gather together. We say the blessings. We sing the songs. Hanukkah is all about keeping the family tradition.
Okay.
It's so important to involve your children and multi-generational
Yeah.
together, because that keeps us going, like I said, about 2,200 years and going strong.
Sure,
That's
sure.
awesome.
Rabbi, what's one way we can support the Jewish community here in Northwest Arkansas?
I think the best way people could support the Jewish community in Northwest Arkansas is, if people could show up on Monday night, that would be very, very encouraging.
Yeah.
But more important than that, I think what people need today in the world is people to emulate the Hanukkah message, which is take the inner light you have. Don't think it's just one little candle. Add to it and add to it. By people being more kind to each other and vocal about their kindness and their goodness, that'll change the world. The other side is very loud. The good side needs to be loud and growing every single day.
I love that. Spread the
Well
light. That's
said.
what it's all
Well
about.
said, Rabbi.
Yes. Thank you for
Absolutely.
joining us,
Thank you
Rabbi.
so much.
Absolutely, and everyone
Yes.
should have a happy Hanukkah. And if
Yes.
anybody out there needs a menorah, reach out to our office, jewishnwa.org. We'll be glad to provide
No,
you with one.
thank you. Yeah, great stuff.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Stay